Social proof, a psychological and societal phenomenon where individuals imitate the behavior of others in uncertain situations, is a key concept discussed in Robert Cialdini's 1984 book Influence, Science, and Practice. This phenomenon can lead to an emergent consensus or herd behavior among large groups despite minimal underlying information, revealing the profound impact of social influence. The power of social proof is often activated in ambiguous conditions when individuals rely on others to discern appropriate behavioral responses. This is known as informational social influence, conforming based on the belief that others might have a better grasp of an uncertain situation. Conversely, normative social influence refers to individuals conforming out of a desire for acceptance or approval. It is worth noting that social proof goes beyond mere public compliance, outer alignment with group behavior without endorsing it inwardly, to include private acceptance, internal adoption of a belief based on a conviction that others are correct. The potential influence of social proof is amplified when accuracy matters and when perceived authoritative figures are involved. A critical trigger for the exercise of social proof is uncertainty. Consumers, for instance, are more inclined to value others' views, signifying social proof, when their personal experiences with a product are unclear, leaving them unsure about their judgment. The principle of similarity also fuels social proof. When individuals identify with those around them, they are more likely to follow and validate the observed behavioral pattern. This is evident even in situations like laugh tracks, where participants laugh more enthusiastically when they feel a connection with the people laughing. Moreover, Cialdini included social proof in his 6 principles of persuasion, along with reciprocity, commitment, consistency, authority, liking, and scarcity, emphasizing people's propensity to replicate actions of others they can relate to. The potency of this principle is demonstrated in a study where door-to-doctor charity campaigners found a longer list of previous donors led to higher chances of securing donations from the next solicited party. The famous 1935 experiment by Muzafer Sharif demonstrates the power of social proof, where individuals base their understanding of reality on the collective perspective of their group. The experiment had subjects estimate the movement of a stationary dot of light due to the autokinetic effect. It appeared to move despite each individual having a different estimate initially. They later converged on a common estimate when placed within a group. This refuted the premise that the subjects were merely trying to avoid embarrassment, as they held on to the group's judgment even when later asked individually. Seen as the definitive study, it demonstrates how people rely on group consensus when faced with an ambiguous reality. A similar study explored the role of social influence on eyewitness identification. Subjects were shown slides of the perpetrators and were asked to identify them within a lineup of 4 men. Manipulating the task's difficulty by presenting the slides quickly, the group, composed of a subject and 3 confederates, were guided to give the same wrong answer. Subjects were informed that the findings were for a real test of eyewitness identification, affecting courts and police. Departments countered this. Another group was told that the experimenters were in the preliminary stages of understanding performance norms. The results showed that subjects were more likely to conform when they believed the task held high importance, at 51, compared to a 35's conformity rate when told the task held low importance. Moreover, the effectiveness of social proof can fluctuate across different cultural contexts, with collectivist cultures demonstrating a higher propensity to conform to the social proof provided by others, compared to individualist cultures. However, this is an oversimplification, as a person's own allegiance to individualism and collectivism also influences their decisions. Factors such as social responsibility must also be considered in understanding the dynamics of social proof across cultures. Typically, individuals from more collectivist cultures, aware of their social responsibility, feel a heightened need to assist others, increasing the likelihood they conform to requests, irrespective of their companion's previous choices. Often, theaters employ shills, specifically placed in audiences to initiate applause at predetermined moments, which often prompts a ripple effect of clapping. This can create a false perception of the quality of the performance for the uninformed audience members. In the TV industry, strategies such as incorporating laugh tracks at crucial points increase the perceived humor of a show. Despite being deemed irritating by viewers, it's found to make the show appear funnier when compared to those without an added laugh track. In the world of online shopping, there's a concept called social proof. The customer endorsements displayed on the platform provide reassurance to potential shoppers, compelling them to buy. The power of social proof extends to social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. The perception of a user is swayed by the number of followers, likes, and comments they have. For instance, a Twitter user with 1 million followers is deemed more credible and popular compared to a user with 1,000 followers, leading to more rapid growth of their follower base and increased interactions.